Today, my friends, I have a fun experiment for you. I'm dressed as Snow White, and as you know, I live with some dwarves. How many dwarves do I live with? 7. That's right. Can you name all 7 dwarves that I live with? Wow, you're good. The dwarves that I live with go to work in the mines, and they whistle while they work. They mine crystals called diamonds. So today, I thought I'd bring you a fun experiment where you can grow your own crystals. What you'll need is some water that's been boiled just to the bubbling point. You're gonna need an adult's help for that one. You need 1 cup of water for each glass jar. Next, you'll need 1 cup each of table salt and Epsom salt. Next, you're going to need some food coloring. I chose red and blue. The next thing you're going to need is some twine. It's best to get braided twine because the nooks and crannies will help your crystals to form. And the last thing I need is some pencils or sticks for your string to hang off of. Let's get started. I poured my water into my 2 vessels, and I'm now going to add my food coloring. 1, 2, 3 drops should do it. One, 2, 3 drops. Now, I'm going to add my salt. You need 1 cup of salt in each. I'm pouring slowly so that I don't get my salt all over the place. Now I'm going to stir it up, and there will be some crystals that don't dissolve. That's good. What we are trying to do is create a mixture that is so rich in sodium, which is the chemical in salt, that while the water evaporates in the sunlight, the salt will cling to our string and create a crystal. I think the blue is done. Next, I'm going to work on the Epsom salt. Epsom salt is a much coarser grind, and it's a different kind of chemical salt than table salt. This salt will react differently. And because it will react differently, we are going to keep this jar in our refrigerator instead of in the sunlight. It will also grow our crystals faster than the table salt. Epsom salt is great for when you have muscle aches to put in your bath. And give this one a stir. I'm going to give the blue another stir. And now I'm ready to cut my string. In order to make sure that your crystal forms, you're going to have to first tie your string around your pencil or your stick. I like to tie it 2 times, just to make sure that it's not going to come undone. Next, you're going to measure your string so that it goes down into the water but doesn't touch the bottom. I think here will be a good place to cut my string. Now, you're going to place your string into the water and make sure that it goes down in and doesn't touch any of the sides, because that will make a clump of crystals form. I've got it floating so that it's not touching the side of the jar. Now this is the jar full of table salt. It's going to go in my windowsill because the sun will help evaporate the water and form the crystals. I'm going to leave it on my windowsill for a week, undisturbed, and see what kind of crystals I can form. This jar is all ready to sit here for a week to see what it forms. I wonder what it'll look like. I can't wait to see. The next jar that I'm making is the one with the Epsom salt in it. Again, I'm going to tie the string around my pencil. 1, 2 knots. And now I'm going to measure for this jar. think right there should make a good cup. The Epsom salt will grow faster crystals, and it will grow better in the refrigerator. So that's where it's going. It is all ready to form some crystals. It's going to sit in here for a week and we'll see what we get. Epsom salt likes the cold better. Goodbye, my friend. See you in a week. So there you have it. A fun science experiment to do with your family, and one that reminds me of my friends, the 7 dwarfs, when they go down to dig their diamonds. They dig, 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 dig the whole day through, and they whistle while they work. Bye! Are you ready to see what kind of crystals we grew over the week? Right here, I have the crystals that we grew in the table salt mixture. Short and spiky. Let's see how different these crystals in the table salt mixture look from the mixture that we had with the Epsom salt. Ooh. Here are some long, spiky crystals. Very cool. So as you can see, the different kinds of salt grew different crystals. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the Epsom salt and table salt crystals. If we kept these mixtures in the environments that we put them in, with the table salt being on the windowsill and the Epsom salt being in the refrigerator, we could see how much bigger these crystals grew over time. Well, my friends, it's time again for some Disney karaoke. Someday my prince will come. He was so romantic, I could not resist. Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet again, and away to his castle we'll go, to be happy forever, I know. Someday when spring is here, we'll find our love anew, and the birds will sing, and wedding bells will ring. Someday when my dreams come true. One of the greats. They had a very different singing style in the 1930s. They liked high, high, high sopranos. Bye, my friends.